Hello everyone, you're watching SK Live. I'm your host Narinder Batra. Today we have the IOA President, Mr. Narinder Batra. Sir, welcome to SK Live. It's a real testing times for all of us. But kudos to IOC, kudos to IOA for putting up a brave front. One question, sir, is Olympics happening in Tokyo?
Absolutely, definitely it's happening. And we are preparing for it. All the athletes are training and in their final phases of training. So definitely we are very eager to go. Olympics is happening.
So, but hurdles are coming, thick and fast in every possible way. So, how challenging is it? I mean, being at the top position, so much, so much of coordination, talking to the organizing committee of IOC, getting in touch with the government agencies here. How challenging is it?
It's not challenging now. Things have now under some unusual circumstances, which nobody ever thought such things would happen and have been happening since almost now year and a half or almost 2 years now. So it's beyond anyone's control. So we have to make sure that our athletes who are going to represent our country, then it's my duty, and I'm going to say IOA's duty, and I think we are getting very good cooperation and support from government also. So we have to make sure everything gets organized. There are certain protocols which have been now set up, that playbooks have come in, how you need to report, what you need to do, what are your restrictions, or what are the areas you are allowed. So everyone is made aware of that. So under unusual circumstances, some new things will come up, but I don't see that as any kind of a major headache or major problem or major roadblock. I don't see anything happening like that. I think athletes are being made aware. They are aware of their protocols. So let's see every step when it comes, but definitely Olympics are happening. And if you ask me there's any problem or we are stuck anywhere right now, no, I don't see anything of that sort.
So, did you have a word with the IOC president as to how the preparation is going back in Tokyo?
See, when you discuss something personally, one-to-one with someone, I don't think that's to be discussed in public domain. We are talking to everyone, whosoever is concerned, involved. We are in touch with IOC. We are in touch with the organizing committee. We are in touch with government. We are in touch with the Sports Authority of India or this TOPS program of Government of India, in discussion with all the NSFs, athletes. So we will be taking care of it. I mean, it's a day-to-day job, and I think things are moving quite smoothly. So I'm quite satisfied.
So a lot of the athletes couldn't qualify, like a lot of badminton players, top stars. So how is it a big blow for India? I mean, for Indian contingent, I mean, we have a lot of athletes who have qualified also. But the badminton stars, because that's one area we thought we could do really well and get some medals.
See, badminton, I think 2 or 3 more athletes had to qualify, which I think is unfortunate because the Malaysian event was called off.
Yes.
Got postponed. So it's beyond everyone's control. It's not only that India had a setback, all countries who were going there under the qualification process had a setback.
Yeah.
In such situations, the world ranking is which then makes you qualify. So we'll have to see what the world rankings are, because world rankings are calculated over a period of time. So a continuous, consistent performance is essential. I do feel bad for the athletes because they have really worked hard for 4 or 5 years. Yes. If somebody, because of this impediment that a country had to call off a qualifying event and athletes may qualify now on world ranking, and we might miss here or we might not miss. So these are things which will be made known to us, I think, and by 1st of June or first week of June or second week of June. I think all the things will be clear by then.
So, there is also a notion that the top leading countries who win medals regularly at this event, a lot of top athletes may not appear because they're scared. Their families are scared. Is it the same case with India? Are the Indian contingent little scared of? Is there any sort of apprehension how the preparation would be? What's the safety protocol over there?
See, first of all, I would say if a couple of athletes have said their families are scared, I have not heard anything or read anything about it. So these can be individual decisions, but by and large, the way I know, I think everyone is eager to go. You mentioned specifically about India. No, I have not even got a single incident that scared to go because of COVID and whatever the pandemic situation. I think everyone just wants to go and play in Tokyo. I would say all our athletes, leaving aside few who came out of COVID,
Yeah.
and there is a gap that once you have come out, you've proven COVID negative, there are 2 to 4 weeks of gap when you can have a vaccination, which must be getting due sooner in next 1 or 2 weeks. So they will also get vaccinated. So entire our long list of athletes, list has to be trimmed down now who the final will go, and the officials. And we are even taking care that the people who are going from India, umpires, referees, judges, technical officials, to take part in the Olympics from various international federations.
Yes.
We're even monitoring that also, that they also get vaccinated.
So total,
I know
how
I
many?
cannot. Sorry.
So how many total contingent would be there? I mean, do you have a number in mind? I mean, do you have already got a number? You must be having a number.
I know. Till today, about 101 have qualified.
Okay.
Now the ranking and some qualification events India would be competing in. There could be more qualification. I think mostly coming from athletics and some other sports also. My feeling is we should touch a number of somewhere between 125 to 135 as
So-
far as athletes are concerned. And this number of officials could be around 65, 70, which goes with the team.
And
The total
which-
contingent of the total contingent would be anywhere between 190 to 200.
Okay. So how you planning to take them to Tokyo? You have a chartered flight arrangement. Will Indian government do something with Japanese government? And what is the protocol? I mean, travel protocol. I mean,
we are, I would say, looking at all possibilities because everybody is not going from India.
yes.
And then there are certain things that some events are happening right at the beginning, some are happening in the middle of Olympics.
Okay.
So when do the teams travel and how do the teams travel? Because then you have to come back also. Once your event ends within 48 hours or 2 days, you have to come back also.
Yes.
So all these things we are monitoring. We are looking into it. Certain of our teams like shooting will be flying directly from Croatia, the entire contingent.
Okay.
Wrestling is also going out, and I believe they will finally park themselves in Turkey, from where I believe they'll fly to Tokyo. These are being in process of finalizing. Weightlifting squad is already in US.
Okay, sir.
Then equestrian is in Europe, and I think sailing is also in Europe. So they'll be going directly from there. They'll not be coming to India. Rest of the contingent which is in India, if everybody goes together, yes, the idea would be a chartered flight, or even say if 70, 80, 90 are going, we would be looking into a probability that the flight goes. The flights would be regular going. Right now, Vistara has started, Air India will start. We'll talk to them that if there are 90 athletes and your flight capacity is maybe 200, if you can only take 90 on your way back, you make it as a regular flight. We'll be talking to them. I would say these discussions are on, but nothing has been frozen as of now, that when you are going, you don't come in contact with any other people.
Absolutely.
That's the idea.
That's how the Indian cricketers are flying off to England. They're going in a chartered flight. So
obviously, no, I know, and that's why we are insisting that everyone has both their vaccination, so you have sufficient antibodies within you against COVID, so that you don't get affected.
Absolutely. So something is very close to your heart, which is hockey. How are the hockey teams? I mean, where are they parked right now? I mean, how are they feeling? I mean, one area we really want to do, that we lost so many lives, some of the big stars, because of this in this pandemic. It will be such an honor if our hockey team would go and do something special. We are really looking forward to that, sir.
Firstly, my condolences and sympathies with all the families who lost their loved and dear ones. Hockey or all other sports who have gone. I think these have been tough times, and I really sympathize with the families in this hour of their grief. Regarding hockey, they're based in Bangalore. The men team is down to 33, the long list, and the women is down to 24. I think by second week, June or somewhere, they would be finalizing the squad that has to go. It's a squad of 16, and then 2 are called P athletes, that they go as extra athletes, in which 1 goalkeeper is mandatory. So they'll be finalizing their squad of 16 plus 2 alternate athletes in case of any injury, or you have COVID also, you can replace an athlete in that. these are all those things. So
But
which
how
need to be
confident
taken
are
care of.
you? Because
See, women team, I would call they can do anything on a given day. So I'm
yeah,
not ruling them out,
okay,
but they have worked very hard from very low ranks. Now they are ranked ninth in the world.
yeah,
They are giving tough competitions also to best in the world.
mm,
This team has really picked up in last 3 4 years, I must say. This is the second time back to back they have qualified for Olympics. Earlier we went in 1980 to Moscow, but that was basically because many of the countries boycotted and only I think total 7 or 8 teams played in Olympics.
yeah,
So I do that is also our team is also an Olympian team. Here qualifying on a qualification basis, going back to back, that's why I said the women are doing pretty well. The world is now taking Indian women hockey team seriously.
okay,
It's not that they are not being taken seriously. So I see women team also maybe in times to come, 24, 28, you will see women team also claiming that they have an Olympic medal. It not be only limited to men. It could be 21 also when they are playing. I've said they can be really ruthless on a day. Any team can be scared of them. So let's hope that every day is their day. That's what I wish. Men, I certainly have a hope of medal.
yeah.
If they don't get it, I'll personally be disappointed. But I'm saying this as president IOA and in no other position for both men and women.
And congratulations on your FIH win. You know, it was really
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
it's
Thank you
a
so much.
really a huge moment for us, for
Thank,
Indian administrator doing so well at the world stage. This is a
thank you so
really
much.
few guys have done it. You know, Jagmohan Dalmia went there as a ICC president. We saw even Justice Mutkal also holding some very prestigious governance council,
In FIFA.
you know,
In
member
FIFA.
in, in FIFA. I've
Yes.
seen you also doing so well. It's a really a proud moment for all of us. But you know, we are hearing that athletes who are going to leave from India will be vaccinated before they leave. You know, I mean, leave for Japan.
No,
What
it's not
about
only no, it's not only India. Even the athletes who are abroad are
yeah?
being vaccinated. And
Okay,
I must again, that's what I said that I must again thank Government of India, SAI, everyone helping us in getting that done through the Indian High Commissions or embassies wherever the athletes are based.
yeah,
So everyone has had their first vaccination. So
okay,
it's now the process how to go for the second vaccination.
okay.
And we would prefer that everyone before they go to Tokyo has their second vaccination also.
So in the games village, will there be lots of restriction for the athletes? How they
I
going to
think
manage?
I think that all has been already described and prescribed in the playbook. I think playbooks are in public domain, and they
Okay,
gradually regularly get updated. I think you might get one more version if there are any corrections or things, maybe in third week of June, which I think should be the final one. So restrictions are going to be there that you will be restricted to village, go to your play field, come back, or wherever your practice areas are. So there are going to be restrictions, and then I believe daily COVID tests also would be happening. That's in
yeah,
interest of all, for safety of everyone. That's not for any individual.
yeah. But sir, I mean, this time, first time, a lot of people will be in that bio bubble, which we have seen in cricket. Are the athletes ready for it? Because you have to be. Will there be any system of bio bubble over there? I mean, you have to just go there and quarantine for some time before the
No,
competition.
no. In Olympics, there is no such thing as quarantine. So I
Okay,
think if there is anything, just please forget about that.
yeah,
Regarding Indian, I cannot talk about other athletes, but about Indian athletes, they are already training under Biobubble since last 1 year.
okay,
Everywhere, whether it is Patiala, whether it is Bangalore, whether it is Lucknow, whether it is Sonipat, wherever the Indian athletes are training, they are training under Biobubble situations,
okay,
where everyone is tested. Weekly tests are happening for all
oh,
athletes, officials, even if the catering staff, everyone who comes in contact with the athletes, everyone is going through a weekly COVID RT-PCR test. I'm not talking of some quick antigen test. No, it's a proper PCR test.
okay,
It's a
okay.
weekly
So,
test happening with everyone.
yeah, and so realistically speaking, what's your expectation as the IOA head? How many medals can we expect? I know it's
I,
testing
I,
time.
I, I've, I've always been saying double digit, and I still maintain that, and I see no reason why we should not get them until I don't know something wrong happens that situation or something. But I don't see anything less than double digit medals for the first time in the history of sports in India at Olympics.
Yeah, I say in wrestling also, Bajrang Punia, in boxing, we have Amit doing so well, hockey team, then shooting, I mean, we are all excited and finally it's happening because there was so much of negative thing coming from Tokyo itself that whether they're confident or not, but getting it from you straight from horse's mouth that it's finally happening. But say, I mean,
You
somewhere,
mentioned one. I'll just hold on. You mentioned wrestling. My expectation is 4 to 5 medals from wrestling.
yeah. That is true. So, how sad was it for you to hear the way it happened with Sushil Kumar? He's one of our medalists from the previous games. It's very sad, what exactly has happened. I mean, what was your?
No, I'll tell you what. I think now matter is under police investigation, so I don't want to comment on the incident, situation, or investigation. No, I'll only say Sushil Kumar. I know personally.
Yeah.
I know him as a very soft-spoken, very humble, very grounded, and a wonderful person. That's my image and impression about him. What has happened, what has not happened, I don't think I'm the right person to comment on that. But as a person, I really liked him and respected him because I founded him to be a very grounded person, having won 2 medals, the first Indian to have won 2 medals in Olympics.
Yes.
He was very humble and very grounded and very soft-spoken. That's my impression about him. What has happened now or what has not happened, I don't know. Every side has both. You have to listen to both the sides, so I don't know. In matter under investigation, so I'd like to keep that investigation part on the side. I'll just give my opinion as I knew Sushil Kumar.
So, but before we let you go, one question about who is going to carry the Indian flag in that in the opening ceremony.
I think if you know now, because of gender balance, there will be 2 people carrying the Indian flag now from these Olympics.
Okay.
There will be 1 male and 1 female.
Okay.
So this has now come for the first time.
Okay. So but have you decided who is going to be from India? Who all will be from India?
No, I don't want you to be giving the breaking news that you are the first one to know. These decisions are taken, so you'll see the people at appropriate time. Because I need to have the final squad. When I get the final squad, that's I think end of May, June, when the final squad has to be given to IOC when the accreditation cards get printed.
Yeah.
So once that goes, after that you will definitely know the names who's picking up the flags and who's doing that.
Will you be going to Tokyo as well?
Absolutely. I have 3 different positions, so if I don't go, I'll be in trouble. I am head of international hockey, I am head of IOA, and I am an IOC member. If I don't go, I'll be in trouble at all 3 places. I think God should give me life to be alive till the Olympics, so I'll definitely be there.
No. We want you to go, and it's such a pleasant moment. Olympics is happening. It means we are fighting back from this pandemic. We are fighting back strong, and this is going to be a strong message which will go across the globe that sports can survive any sort of storm. So thanks a lot for coming on. Yeah.
No, but I'd like to conclude here by saying that it sends a very strong message.
Yeah.
That we have overcome the pandemic and life has to go on and is going on. It sends having Olympics sends a very good message. And you asked about my going to Olympics. You'll be surprised to know this will be the first Olympics in my life I'll be visiting actually.
And you've been around.
I've never been. I am a sports administrator holding so many positions, but never been to Olympics before. So I'm excited, as anyone would be going to first Olympics.
So true. So thanks a lot for coming on SKLIVE, sharing your views. It was really a pleasure hosting you. Stay safe, and we pray, and we are praying really hard that India would come back with that double digit which you talked about. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you so much.
Bye, sir.